After 20 hours without food, your growth hormone spikes by 500%. At hour 16, your cells activate autophagy, eating damaged proteins to survive, and by the time you finally eat, your insulin sensitivity has improved so dramatically that you absorb nutrients like never before. Here's the complete breakdown of what happens when you eat only once a day, and why almost everything you think about meal frequency is backwards. Before we dive in, let's define what we're talking about. Eating once a day means one meal within a 1-2 hour window, with 22 to 23 hours of fasting in between. Water, black coffee, and tea are fine during the fast. This isn't starvation, it's called OMAD, one meal a day, and it's been practiced by humans for thousands of years. Your body is built for this. The problem is, most people never stop eating long enough to let these ancient systems activate. So here's what happens, hour by hour, when you finally give your body that chance. For the first few hours after your last meal, nothing dramatic happens. Your digestive system breaks down food, absorbing nutrients and releasing glucose into your bloodstream. Insulin levels are elevated, keeping you in what scientists call the fed state. Your pancreas is actively secreting insulin to shuttle glucose into cells. Your liver stores excess energy as glycogen. Everything is running on the fuel you just consumed. But around hour 4, your body senses a shift. The steady flow of nutrients has stopped, blood sugar begins to stabilize at lower levels, and your metabolism begins preparing for what comes next. This is when ghrelin hits. Your hunger hormone floods your system, sending urgent signals to your brain. Find food now. Your stomach contracts. Your thoughts fixate on eating. You might feel irritable or distracted. But here's what most people don't realize. That signal isn't based on actual need, it's based on habit. Your body expects food at certain times because that's when it always gets food. Research shows that ghrelin release follows learned patterns, not physiological necessity. Break the pattern and something unexpected happens. The hunger starts to fade. Not because you're giving up, but because your body realizes it needs a new strategy. Within 72 hours of consistent fasting windows, ghrelin levels begin to stabilize. Real hunger, the kind driven by actual physiological need, becomes distinguishable from emotional craving. This is when you start understanding that most of what we call hunger is just conditioned response. Around hour 10, insulin drops significantly. This is critical. When insulin is high, your body stores fat. When it's low, your body releases it. Your liver begins breaking down glycogen, those stored glucose reserves, to keep your blood sugar stable. Think of glycogen as your backup battery. It powers you through the initial fasting hours. But glycogen doesn't last forever. By hour 12, your stores are running low. And that's when your metabolism flips the switch. Your body transitions from burning sugar to burning fat. This process is called metabolic flexibility, and it's one of the most powerful adaptations humans possess. Ketone production begins. Your liver converts fatty acids from stored fat into ketone bodies. And your brain gets its first taste of a cleaner, more efficient fuel source. Studies show this metabolic switch reduces oxidative stress and inflammation throughout the body. You're not just losing weight, you're fundamentally changing how your cells produce energy. Ketones aren't just energy, they're signaling molecules that reduce inflammation and protect neurons from oxidative stress. Studies show that ketone metabolism enhances focus, improves memory, and stabilizes mood. Many people describe this phase as a mental sharpness they haven't felt in years. It's not placebo, it's biology. Your brain, which typically runs on glucose, discovers it actually functions better on ketones. The energy is steadier, there are no crashes, no brain fog. When food was scarce, your ancestors needed heightened awareness to hunt successfully. They couldn't afford to be weak or confused. That same survival mechanism is activating in you right now. Hunger isn't weakening your mind, it's sharpening it. Researchers have found that fasting increases the production of brain-derived neurotrophic factor, or BDNF. This protein stimulates the growth of new neurons and strengthens existing ones. In simple terms, fasting makes your brain stronger, more resilient, and more adaptable. This is where cellular magic happens. Around hour 16 to 18, autophagy ramps up dramatically. Your cells begin identifying and dismantling damaged proteins, broken organelles, and malfunctioning mitochondria. Think of it as your body's internal recycling program. During normal eating, your cells are too busy processing nutrients to focus on repair, but in the fasted state, they switch modes entirely. They start cleaning house with microscopic precision. This process won a Nobel Prize in 2016 because of its link to longevity and disease prevention. When autophagy fails, cells age faster and diseases take hold. Damaged proteins accumulate, mitochondria malfunction, cancer risk increases, neurological diseases develop. But when activated through fasting, your body repairs itself at the molecular level. Old, dysfunctional cell parts are broken down and recycled into new, functional components. You're not just skipping meals, you're triggering cellular renewal that modern medicine cannot replicate. Scientists believe autophagy is one of the key mechanisms behind the longevity benefits observed in calorie restriction studies. Between hours 18 and 22, growth hormone levels can spike by 400 to 500%. This is one of the most dramatic hormonal changes during fasting. Human growth hormone does more than build muscle. It protects lean tissue from breakdown, accelerates fat burning, and supports repair processes throughout your body. Your metabolism isn't slowing down like you've been told. It's actually increasing by 3 to 14% because of adrenaline and noradrenaline release. Evolutionarily, this makes perfect sense. When humans went long periods without food, they needed energy to hunt, not exhaustion. They needed strength to gather, not weakness. Your body is doing exactly what it was designed to do: optimize for survival. This growth hormone surge also explains why people who fast don't lose muscle mass the way traditional dieters do. The body actively protects lean tissue while aggressively burning fat. It's a survival mechanism refined over millions of years. By the time your single meal arrives, your body has transformed. Insulin sensitivity has peaked. This means your cells respond to insulin more efficiently than they have in months, maybe years. Your digestive enzymes are ready. Your cells are hungry for nutrients, not out of desperation, but out of efficiency. That first bite hits differently. Your body absorbs it faster, uses it better, wastes less. Studies from Harvard and Stanford show that people who eat once a day often experience improved metabolic markers, lower inflammation, better blood sugar control, and significant fat loss. The meal you eat becomes incredibly bioavailable. Every vitamin, every mineral, every calorie gets utilized rather than wasted or stored as fat. But the benefits go beyond physical. There's a psychological shift that happens. You realize you can go an entire day without constant feeding. Food stops being background noise and becomes an event. You taste more. You appreciate more. Hunger stops controlling you. You start controlling hunger. This shift in perspective, this reclaiming of control, is often the most profound benefit people report. But let's talk about the risks, because eating once a day isn't for everyone. Some people experience fatigue, dizziness, or hormonal disruptions. Women are particularly sensitive. Extended fasting can affect menstrual cycles, thyroid function, and reproductive hormones. The female hormonal system is more responsive to caloric restriction because of evolutionary adaptations related to fertility. When the body senses insufficient energy, it can downregulate reproductive hormones as a protective mechanism. If your single meal doesn't contain enough protein, vitamins, and minerals, nutrient deficiencies develop over time. Muscles can weaken, the immune system can falter, hair may thin, nails become brittle. And psychologically, this pattern can cross into obsession. The pursuit of control becomes anxiety around food. What starts as a health practice becomes an unhealthy relationship disguised as discipline. Science is clear. Fasting is powerful medicine, but it requires balance, awareness, and respect for your body's individual needs. Some bodies thrive on one meal a day, others struggle profoundly. The key is honest self-assessment and the willingness to adjust when something isn't working. Now, you might be thinking, won't I be starving all day? Won't my muscles waste away? Let's address these quickly. Hunger peaks around hours 8 to 10, then decreases as ghrelin stabilizes. Your body isn't panicking anymore, it's adapting. The sensation you interpret as starvation is just your body adjusting to a new rhythm. Muscle loss? Not in 23 hours. Your body doesn't break down muscle for energy until you've been fasting for multiple days, and even then, the elevated growth hormone protects lean tissue. The fear of muscle loss during short-term fasting is based on outdated science from starvation studies. Those studies looked at people who went weeks without food while already malnourished. That's not remotely comparable to a well-fed person fasting for one day. Your body prioritizes fat burning first. It's smarter than you think. It knows the difference between a temporary fast and true starvation. The research backing one meal a day continues to grow. Studies from Johns Hopkins, the National Institutes of Health, and the Salk Institute show profound benefits from time-restricted eating. Improved insulin sensitivity, reduced inflammatory markers like C-reactive protein, enhanced brain function and neuroplasticity, even extended lifespan in animal models. The mechanisms are clear. When your body alternates between fed and fasted states, it maintains metabolic flexibility. Your cells stay responsive to insulin, your mitochondria stay efficient. But when your body stays constantly fed, it loses that flexibility. Insulin resistance develops. Chronic inflammation takes hold. Metabolic syndrome emerges. The body essentially forgets how to burn fat because it never needs to, but consistency matters. One day of eating once won't transform your health. Weeks or months of consistent practice can rewire your metabolism in ways that last. You're not just changing what you eat, you're changing how your body processes energy at the cellular level. Long before science had terms like autophagy and ketosis, ancient cultures understood fasting instinctively. Greek philosophers like Hippocrates prescribed it for healing. Spiritual traditions across India, Egypt, and Japan used it for clarity and renewal. They didn't have research papers. They had observation. They saw that the body, when given space to rest, became stronger. The mind, when freed from constant consumption, became sharper. Fasting wasn't punishment. It was practice, a way to reset both body and spirit. Today, we're rediscovering what they always knew. Eating once a day isn't a modern trend invented by biohackers. It's a return to an ancient rhythm that existed long before food was always available. When you fast, you're not depriving yourself. You're remembering how resilient you actually are. You're tapping into survival mechanisms that kept humanity alive through ice ages, droughts, and famines. That wisdom is still encoded in your DNA. So, what does this mean for you? Eating once a day can unlock incredible benefits, but it's not universal. Your body is unique. Your genetics, your stress levels, your sleep quality, your current health status, they all influence how you respond. Athletes might struggle if they can't fit enough protein and calories into one meal. People with diabetes or thyroid conditions need medical supervision. Women approaching menopause may find it disrupts hormonal balance. The key isn't following a rule blindly, it's experimenting carefully and listening to what your body tells you. If you've never tried this before, start smaller. Try a 16-hour fast first. Finish dinner at 7 p.m. and don't eat until 11 a.m. the next day. See how you feel. Track your energy, your mood, your mental clarity. Then work up to longer windows when you're ready. Maybe 18 hours, then 20, then eventually one meal a day if your body responds well. The goal isn't restriction, it's discovery. discovering what your body can do when you stop feeding it constantly and start trusting it completely. If this breakdown opened your eyes, I want to hear from you. Drop a comment below and tell me, would you try eating once a day for a week? What excites you most about it, and what concerns you? Your experience could help someone else take the first step. And if you found value in this video, don't keep it to yourself. Hit that like button, subscribe to the channel for more science-backed breakdowns, and share this with someone curious about what their body is truly capable of. Because the science of fasting isn't just about food, it's about understanding the ancient, powerful, and incredibly adaptive biology you carry inside you every single day.